Hello, guys. I have a sleeping wolf with me. I don't know if he's pretending to sleep or not, because he was like very active, and then I started taking pictures and he like closed his eyes. Maybe he just doesn't want to be bothered. How is everyone doing? Hello, 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 hello. So today it is. I wonder if anyone feels any shift of energy, even though Jupiter and Saturn haven't exactly met yet. I don't know, for me it's kind of hard to say right now because I was on this retreat past few days, which was so beautiful. Like, I showed the place before where I stayed, but let me just show it again. Ouch. Like, it's so beautiful. It's surrounded by mountains and the light is bad. You cannot see like everything, but it's so pretty. Yeah, and this is like a husky, but I think he's a wolf, honestly. Like, I don't know, he's so big and he's 10 months old. And he's really wild too. We've connected a lot with this dog. Yeah. How are you feeling this energy? I'm just really curious. Anyone here? And I'm coming back to the city later today. But yeah, it was just mind-blowing. I did Temazcal, which is ancient pre-Hispanic purification ritual. Did Temazcal here with a shaman. We did cacao ceremony, a lot of yoga, sound healing. Yeah, so I practiced my Spanish because it was retreat in Spanish, which my Spanish is very bad, but I was able to understand most of the things too. So my Spanish is getting better, which is also good news. Yeah. And I don't know. I think he fell asleep. He's very cuddly. I really want to get a dog. I think this is one of my great conjunction resolutions. Can you say that? To get a dog. Maybe even a husky. How do I look with a husky? I think I kind of... Husky does look good with me. I always wanted a corgi. But if I imagine if I got a corgi and a husky, oh my god, I don't know how that would work. Because like there's another dog here also really pretty, really cute. But it's like when they fight, oh my god, you can tell like he's much stronger. So like, I don't want this husky to eat my corgi. Like, yeah. And yeah, I was trying to record some videos in the morning. But I'm also kind of like just being really chill. It was a lot, like, honestly. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. I went on a hike yesterday, which was, oh my god, it was more like a freaking rock climbing. It was very hard, like a very intense level of a hike. And we got also very, very high up in the mountains, which like I was like for a moment super scared because it was very high up. And then a few people also went to the very, very top, but honestly it's not even the fear thing. My shoes, I think, were not correct for that. Like, you know how you need those shoes with them little spikes, like the hiking shoes. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just not gonna take that risk, which I felt fine about because I went all the way up. It's just there was like one more little top to go at, but it was, I don't know, like I was no now not in my shoes, which was super slippery. I was like in the regular sneakers. Yeah. He's still sleeping. Paula is saying, I've actually been feeling very excited and uplifted today. That's super awesome. Yeah, I think that's the energy to be. I'm just a little physically tired because I've done so much intense exercise and stuff. Oh, and the wolfies were waking up. By the way, this dog is a Leo. Can you imagine? I like knew it right away. He likes attention. I'm physically tired. Like, I've done a lot of very intense yoga and the hiking that my muscles hurt. Like, I can tell, like, I didn't exercise and these muscles hurt a lot, which is good actually for, you know, for your boobs to be perky. So I gotta exercise that area more. Uh, but I'm like tired. And I don't know, I'm leaving in a couple of hours. I'm still thinking whether to record another video or not. It's a bit hard to find a good light, to be honest. It's beautiful, this place is. Yeah, I really, I feel like I could, like, if I had proper space, in terms of, like, proper environments, like a house that was big enough, I would totally, I think, do well with a husky. I think its personality suits mine. They are very, like, you know, strong spirited dogs. We went actually to the hike with the dogs as well. And he was just like running, on the mountain, so happy. Yeah. Yeah, but like I was, when I was doing like the hike yesterday, everyone in the group was, from Mexico. And I was really like struggling with some of the parts of the hike. Like there was some parts where you actually had to like climb on the rocks and stuff like that. And I kept joking, like, I can tell my ancestors didn't come from the mountain. Probably like I truly did come out of the desert, because for me it was super hard with all of that climbing and stuff, and for other people it was like normal, and I'm like, how can it be so easy for you? I don't understand. Yeah, so yeah, stuff like that. I think it's genetic. You maybe have like ancestral memory of what to do in some situations. I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh boy. No, I'm like, somebody's laughing at. Yeah, I mean, um and oh my god, where is he? Puppy woke up. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't think he likes cameras. I tried to take a picture with him and he like, oh my god. He's so cute. Should I get a corgi? Oh, corgi. Husky. But I wanted a corgi for the longest time. But look at this one. Yeah. So cute. Sleeping Beauty. I love dogs. Seriously. They have the most healing effect on me. Like, cats too, but I think dogs more, if I was to be completely honest. Like, when I arrived here for this retreat thing, first thing, he came to me first, and he literally was hanging out with me just for 1 hour, and I was like super tense, super anxious, and I hanged out with him for a little bit, and I felt like immediately so much better. Animals really have healing properties, and his name is Cacao. You resemble one of the tarot decks with the woman and the wolf. Which one? I don't know which one you're talking about. But yeah, there is like a painting of like an Indian woman with a wolf, and I have actually like a picture of me from Bali where I'm sitting in my poncho, not poncho, in my kimono, which has like a wolf in the back, and somebody like made a collage out of that and said, oh my god, this looks so much like you. So I don't know, maybe some past life, who knows. Let's see, hold on, what you guys are writing. What effect has the Great Conjunction? Well, I talked about this so much. It's a new world, new beginning for each of us. Depends, of course, and I talked about this in monthly even predictions, even in November, December ones. For each sign, of course, based on your sun, moon, and rising, it's going to be different area of your life that has this big new beginning. I talked about this yesterday as well. Check out my life from yesterday. And to be honest, like one thing I did want to mention is that, as much as of course we have different theories and, we all expect a big new beginning for the world. The last time this conjunction happened was over 700 years ago. So none of us has consciously lived through this energy ever, and we never will again. So it's like we can have our sort of like theories, hypotheses of what's going to happen, but if I was to be completely honest, no one knows exactly, what to expect. And I think the best of astrologers who, I listen to myself, said the same thing. As much as, yes, we have a lot of theories of what's going to happen, none of us right now knows exactly how things will turn around and how things will go. If someone tells you like, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen, I wouldn't trust this person very much, because unless, they are 900 years old and they remember exactly how this energy manifested before, because of course history is one thing, but like to actually feel it, to actually experience it. And of course there is never exactly the same time in history with exactly the same configurations. It's based on different cycles, it's always different. So we don't really know, but that's also what makes it exciting, because it's kind of like I look at it as this blank canvas, and you can paint anything you want to paint. Of course you don't know exactly how is it gonna turn out, what's gonna be, like when you create art, I think if any one of you are artists, you would relate to it. You are starting sometimes writing, I don't know, a poem, a novel, painting, whatever. You have an intention, yes, to create something, but you cannot say like, oh, that's what I'm gonna create, oh, that's what it's gonna look like. We don't know. But I'm excited. I feel very, it's hard to explain once again, because I've done so much different work on myself this past few days and even before, but I think it's going to be very powerful, very transformative energy. I personally been waiting for this a lot, because for me, Capricorn energy is not my favorite one, even though it aspects my sun and moon well, since I'm Sun, Taurus, Virgo moon. But Capricorn energy is restrictive. It's like, one of the manifestations of this energy is control, structures. Another manifestation is status symbols, like the kind of thing where, oh, how many followers you have on Instagram. If you have over 100,000, I'll treat you well. If less, you don't matter that much. That kind of stuff also is Capricorn, which is why, often women or even men with Venus in Capricorn tends to marry or pick their partners more based on their status. I've seen that. I have a lot of girlfriends who have Venus in Capricorn, and I don't mind at all, but like they're very, like they look at life and at love, I think, very differently than, let's say, someone with Venus in, I don't know, Scorpio, for example. So and this is the reason why I prefer Aquarius energy, because Aquarius energy is a rebel. Aquarius is about saying, fuck it, I don't care about the structure, I don't care about your status. Like, I think one of the good examples historically can be how, if you remember 80s in America, especially late 80s, this was the era of yuppies, right? Like Wall Street types, which I have nothing against, but this is the Capricorn energy. What kind of car you drive, what kind of watch you have, like how much money did you make last year, all that kind of stuff. Like, did you go to, I don't know, St. Bart's for vacation last winter? Like that kind of stuff. But then if you remember in the early 90s, when Aquarius energy came, that was the beginning of the rebellion. This was the beginning of, even Nirvana got huge during that time, with this very grungy culture, ripped jeans, like it became cool. Like if you remember, I don't know if you lived through this time or just know, historically what's been going on with culture. If 80s was about all this music, which was like, very, how to say, very like yuppie feeling, even of the art and culture of that time. Early 90s came with grunge. Early 90s came with, like even some revival of rock music, punk music. So the reason why I like this Aquarius conjunction right now is that we do need to get out of this whole very structured reality, control, and also our own preoccupation with our own status in whichever ways it is. I think social media has a big part of it. In the past few years, you've seen how, you do not matter unless you have this many followers or whatever, for people who are in this innovative industries. But I think what we'll see with Aquarius is people will start rebelling against needing to look certain way, needing to speak certain way, needing to put themselves proper, I don't know, for other people's enjoyment and something, and start really speaking their truth, what they want to say. And I've seen this actually with some of the YouTubers as well already. I think the one who probably impressed me the most in 2020 was JP Sears. I think, yeah, it's his name, JP Sears, the comedian guy. I used to watch him because he made fun of, the ultra spiritual community, which was so hilarious. And I think all of his videos were so true. He made a video about the man bun, the vegans, the Burning Man, like I think Byron Bay, Australia. Like he made very funny videos about all these topics, like the ultra spiritual world. But he recently started also expressing himself, what he thinks, taking a stand in terms of, what's going on in the world and the politics of it. And so many people are scared to talk about these things because of censorship and because it's going to cost them followers if someone disagrees with that. But people like that, like JP Sears right now, saying whatever he wants to say in also such a creative and funny way, I think that's what Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius energy is about. Rebellion. He's a big YouTuber. He has, I don't know how many followers he has. Maybe does he have a million? I'm not sure, but like he's the one, like he's a bigger channel. So it's like for him, if he loses his channel, if YouTube shuts him down, the losses are potentially that much bigger, but he does it anyway. And I think that's what we all need to look up to and, inspire, because these are the kind of people who are going to lead the way, the people who don't feel scared to stand up to establishment, to stand up to whatever, oppression, whatever structures being put on us. Because if you are honest with yourself and if you look around, majority of people are scared to speak their mind. Like how many of astrology or of tarot community actually speaks their mind? Like how many? Very few. The he I'm talking about is JP Sears. And about this Marion girl, I like her TikTok content. I think she's very creative in how she puts TikTok videos. I don't agree with her on most of the topics politically and even astrologically. I also like that she puts herself out there in a sexy way, like, bikini pictures, lingerie pictures. I actually like that a lot because there's a lot of slut shaming in the spiritual community. So I really admire her for that, but I don't agree with her in most of the things astrology wise or especially politics wise. I don't think I'm not saying she's wrong or anything, but just different opinion. But there are some things about her that I like. I seen her TikTok. That's the only thing I've seen from her. But there's very few, to be honest, other astrologers that I follow, because the best ones are, to be honest, are not the ones with the biggest following. The ones who have a lot of following, like I cannot think of one person who I feel is like credible, to be honest, or who actually does the work and talks of uncomfortable things. Because sure, you can make all these videos about what makes you hot, what makes you cute, how to get somebody's sign. Sure, there's nothing wrong with it, but in the time like we are in the time we are living, is this really what's needed the most? You just ask yourself. Of course, entertainment, monetization, there is nothing wrong with it. I'm not against it. I do it too. But I just think, I admire Leo King for that reason so much. And I'm not even friends with him. I don't know him. I've only maybe a few times spoke to him. But I admire him so much because he's one of the few people who was not scared to say freaking stuff the way it is before everything happens. And people called him crazy. People called him names. He also was attacked so much. Like he's one of the people who went through, a lot of attacks, as most of us who stood, strong in their truth. in 2020, but he kept doing it anyway. So I admire that. I admire people who speak their minds. And, once again, anyone can make popular content, for the algorithm. But once again, just like, yuppie culture didn't last in the 80s, and then there was this grunge culture and the rebels and people who were different in the early 90s who destroyed also all of those idols, let's put it this way. We're gonna see something similar, I believe, now in 21, 22, early 20s. Early 20, wow, sounds crazy. Early 20s, yes. We're gonna see people who will say, fuck all this, whatever standards are out there for being accepted or for being, considered important in a society. Let's just do our own thing, whatever it means. So, do you think this fake New Age spirituality teachings would change or come to rest at least a little bit? I think there is definitely going to be a change. I talked about the end of a false guru last year, and I said that Saturn in Aquarius is going to be the beginning of that. Because, see, Aquarius is connected to spiritual world, it's connected to astrology as well. When Saturn comes there, Saturn doesn't want to deal with anything that's not true, anything that's not, that's not, how to say that, that's not proper. Like, whatever is a lie, I think will start bursting. And I think one of the components in it is going to be that I think the regulation is going to start. So up to this point, I believe social media influencers and just, social media platforms weren't regulated. So I do think the restrictions of freedom of speech will continue, but there is also going to be some kind of social media regulations. Like, I don't know if there's going to be a regulatory agency. I was a regulator of a financial industry before, which, financial industry didn't have regulators from the beginning. It eventually started, getting all of these necessary tools after some scandals, after certain things. So I think social media will start getting more regulated, more restrictions are going to be there. I kept thinking last year that I think, especially given how much tarot and new age content is out there, even though people put disclaimers, I don't know if it's enough, because as is blown and grown now, there's just so much scammers out there. And I think it's all it takes is just one big scandal for somebody to, I don't know, either lose a big amount of money or, I don't want to say anything bad, but whatever, like something more triggering to happen, and I think it's gonna start closing a lot of doors down. And I think I would be honestly kind of happy, because right now it's turned into, like, I talked about this a lot, I don't even want to dedicate a lot of time to it, but it kind of, with the way it is now, so unregulated, it turned into a sham. I feel very sensitive about being part of that community, because I feel a lot of people who are there now don't represent what I stand for. Not everyone, of course, I don't want to say that everyone is that way, but yeah, I think that the fake news of spirituality will start toning down a bit. I do believe that, and I find it interesting that a lot of also the fake news of spirituality people will be having their Saturn return, because a lot of people who have Saturn in Aquarius, are very much connected to this whole energy. Okay, so what's the name of the dog? His name is Cacao. And I don't know where he is. He left me. He's tired of me. Anyway, let me see. I'm like really sore and tired. And don't even know. Oh my god, there's something flying. Jesus! Oh my god. There was something flying. Really huge bug. Something black, but it kind of makes noise. Is a bee? I hope it's not a wasp. I don't think it was. Oh. Yeah, I'm just trying to ground myself a little. Excuse me, a little more. Oh no, I went the wrong way. No, I'm actually leaving this place. I'm recording here today, like in a couple of hours. But I'm still in Mexico. I'm gonna be in Mexico City, probably going to Tulum. in January. Yeah, and then I don't know. I don't think that far ahead. But it's beautiful. Like, this place is gorgeous. And I don't know, January and February are also going to be quite crazy months. Like, we don't know the totality of all the events that are coming. I'm just saying, be careful, especially when it comes to experimenting with anything. In January and February, I would not go experimenting with any even substances or do any kind of, like, if you wanted to do ayahuasca, let's say, all your life, I wouldn't go doing it in January or February. There is something about this energy that's like not very easy. Hold on, the sun is shining on me. I would just try to be more careful January, February, not take unnecessary risks. What's happening with the currency is also quite complicated. I mean, with Bitcoin, it's I don't know. I think we haven't seen the top of that yet, but right now I wouldn't, if you're not invested in Bitcoin up to this point, I would not be investing now. Dollar kind of does worry me, but I also don't know. Ouch. Dollar does also kind of worry me because it's been sort of like not doing super well. Few people personally just what do you call it, advised me to get Swiss money, but I don't know. To be honest, I didn't make a definite decision yet about all of that. Yeah, and it's super pretty. I don't know what else to say. I've been actually here for a few days. I haven't had any alcohol, any coffee, any sugar, only vegan food, like herbal teas, with lemon, honey, and stuff. So I do feel detox. I do kind of want a coffee. I think probably on the way back to the city, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. But it was good to detox for a few days and to just also see that my body actually can function fine without any, caffeines and whatever other things that I'm addicted now, low key. So yeah. I've decided to cut my alcohol intake too. I want my mind to be clear of all the cigarette placements just when I'm out. Yeah, that's a good idea. I would say it's a good idea. And by the way, I'm not doing it today, but I did Temazcal a few days ago, and that sits on the back. It's like it's a real, because there's a lot of places these days also that offer Temazcal, but not everyone is like authentic. So this one is here. It was an intense experience for me. It's like you go inside, and there is like all these rocks, the heat and different, too complicated to explain right now. Was very intense. There's like 4 rounds as well, and you sit in the closed cave with the door closed, with the door, which was scary for me, with other people plus the shaman, and like it lasts for about, I think, an hour and a half. Pretty intense. And actually I've learned yesterday during dinner that the word shaman is not pre-Hispanic. Shaman came from, like, the word shaman came from Siberia, which, Russia, from where I'm, from partially. But they have a different word for it here, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce right now because I'm going to butcher it. So I'm gonna get back on that later. But I've learned that yesterday. And there is also, the weirdest thing is, the more I learn about like the pre-Hispanic culture, like the native culture here, I notice there is some similarities with the with Jewish traditions too. Like some of the instruments they blow also like remind me of like shofar we have, and then like few other things. Like it's too much to get into now, but I'm kind of mind blown every time I'm learning about that. Did I do any purification? Yeah, Temazcal is like a purification ceremony where you detoxify a lot, all the toxins go out, emotions as well. I actually had something stuck in my chest, like they had to press some point, and they pressed something, and I just broke down in tears. So there was something in my heart area I was holding on to. Like, I don't know what it was. I think over here it touched something, and I just like broke down in tears, and I just like wept. But then I was fine. I'm just really kind of tired a little bit. In a way, I feel taking a nap home will be good. Yeah, but I do think that for the days like this, people always ask me like how to prepare, what to do. I would say like cutting off alcohol, cutting off any kind of, you know, unhealthy stuff. To be in your best energy is the best thing you can do right now. Once again, I wouldn't say necessarily like cut off coffee. I mean, for me, it was like part of a retreat, so there was no coffee here. But I'll get a cup, you know, on the way back. I don't think it's a problem with that. I did cacao ceremony here too. Super cool. Was also, you know, cacao opens your heart. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to say. I think that's it. I'm just gonna chill out. I honestly really tried to record something, but like it's so hard. It's so bright out. It's so hard to find a good light to do something on my professional camera. Yeah, but I recorded like a few cute videos, like not the, you know, not the predictions, but just like, you know, the B-rolls and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Just so pretty, this place. And they built it like 3 years ago, they told me. Since I'm a Scorpio, and for Scorpios are, you know, hello, there's another dog. Here's another dog. Oh my god. I love dogs, you can tell. Like, I sometimes prefer dogs to people. I think it's also easy to tell. But yeah, since I'm a Scorpio, you know, for Scorpios, the next couple of years are gonna be all about, you know, building your ultimate home. I'm also getting ideas of where could I live, what could I build if I'm gonna end up building my own house. Is it on my new channel? No, not yet. I'm gonna give links as soon as I post something there. But I created, like, I just wanted to make sure I create the channel with the alignments. I didn't want to have Capricorn in my channel's energy, so I had to create everything yesterday when there was still Sagittarius energy. Mercury in Sag, and also Sun was in Sag. So that's what I did. Today is the actual exact conjunction, but today's Sun and Mercury is already in Capricorn. So I don't know, I had enough of Capricorn. I don't know about you guys, but I've had enough. I don't need any more Capricorn with me for the next years. It's been enough. Saturn return is done officially too. I don't know. Let's build a new community, sure. Let's do it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. There's a new puppy here. And I'll see you soon on my channel, on my new channels too. Love you all, guys. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.